Welcome back to the Diecast Museum. Today we start the video with a bit of a discussion, storage solutions, and how I can display my cars a little more effectively while in this current home that I have resided at for now 14 years. It is packed with toys all around me. This is my Matchbox and Greenlight trucks and cars. Over here, over my back shoulder, I've got board games and mostly die-cast Hot Wheels sorted year by year, most of them through the 2000s. And as we come into the larger portion of the museum, this is about 1,100 square feet in total. I have a bunch of Lego to deal with. I need to get this out of here. I need to find a solution, and selling it is going to take a lot of time, so that is not a instant solution, which I'm kind of looking for right now to make space. I'm going to show you why as we go into the Hot Wheels portion of the museum. Right now we are in kind of the Greenlight, Hot Wheel Premium, Auto World, Johnny Lightning, and some other premium brands of cars that I collect, everything being 1/64th scale. And of course I've got this table here where I sort a lot of Hot Wheels, as well as I have some of my built Lego sets. Some of them I probably won't get rid of, just too nostalgic for me, but I do have a lot of stuff that I don't really need. A lot of Lego. Johnny Lightning over on my left shoulder here, very cool collection. This is where all my Johnny Lightnings go, and I would ideally like to extend the Plano cases this way. However, I've got my card packaged cars that I just can't bear to open. Most of them are duplicates. Some of them are so rare that I don't want to open them up, like the White Lightning Christine Auto World car, the 58 Plymouth. And as we go down this little narrow corridor leading into the Hot Wheels Museum, the first room of this entire channel at this, well, in its entirety, we look at the storage overflow area, which as you can see is lined with cars, boxes of cars, a lot of cars, loose and chipped, broken, old, what have you. 5-packs. I don't know if you guys can see this. Cases of cars, and of course old play sets. I've even got Team Transport kind of displayed around these corners. So it's become quite a hodgepodge, starting to feel a little bit cramped in here, if you will. Now follow me into the Hot Wheels room. This is where it all started. I have my masterpiece case here. I definitely want to get more of these kind of clear Lexan cases to display the larger cars. And then, of course, the diorama. Junkyard diorama is completely full. Yes, there's room to start piling cars one on top of each other. That's not the goal here. The goals have shifted from time to time with this, and I think it's time I clean it up, and I also need to do some repairs, which I'm going to show you guys in a minute, to the actual diorama itself. It's starting to show its age from all the play and weight of the cars. Then we got the Hot Wheels year by year video sort of collection. This is something that I will be resuming. We're looking at cars from about 2005 back all the way around the room as we slowly spin around here so I don't make you dizzy, to 1974. I've got videos on the channel going from 1974 to about 1998, I think, at this point. I do need to resume those. Also, a question about Matchbox year by year. I'm about a year past due on that idea that I pitched, and I really want to do. I'm prepared to do it. I've got catalogs, vintage catalogs from every year of Matchbox cars made, and I have a substantial collection. However, what I don't have is a substantial amount of time or space to organize this. There's a lot of work that has to go into making that. For now, Matchbox year by year is shelved until probably early winter, probably at this point. I need to do a big cleanup, and I've got a lot of cars that I need to review already, that I want to review because I want to get them off the floor. I've got all my Greenlight. Some of these are going on 3 series deep. I've got showroom floor, 2 different sets to show you guys. I've got an entire year of Auto World that we need to review. And all of the Hot Wheels premium cars. I wanted to actually do case reviews of these premium cars that go back into the mid-2000s. So I got to build a shelving system. And I think that might be the video for today, is what we're going to be doing is trying to find a location for a shelf and load that shelf up and just see how it turns out. I really don't feel like I have the space to adequately review and organize the more complicated videos, such as the Hot Wheels Year by Year, or any large sort of diorama, stop motion-y type videos, even reviews, have become impossible as this junkyard is completely overloaded with cars, which will pretty much all find their way into the larger portion of the museum where we were, and anything else, if they're Hot Wheels, into the storage cases behind me, and where appropriate. So let's get this started. I'm going to begin by locating a place where I can build a shelf approximately 3 feet by 2 feet deep, and we'll get that built and hopefully be able to get all of these boxed Hot Wheels off the ground, which will make a bit of space, and hopefully some space for some other things as well, so I can actually get closer to the diorama junkyard to begin emptying it out. Big job. And starting in the Hot Wheels Museum, I can see that there is clearly no room for a 3 foot by 2 foot shelf in this room. It is wall-to-wall displays, and I do not want it marred with a big plastic shelf covered in boxes. So, let's move on out of this room and into the rest of the museum and see where we can find some space. I am pretty sure there is only one available spot, and it is not going to be ideal. Certainly won't be down this storage corridor. It is completely filled with a bathroom at the end, so that's not going to work due to humidity. And as we go into the larger portion of the museum, we're at a squeeze here where we come down the stairs into the Diecast Museum. Now, the obvious factor here that would alleviate a lot of space problems is this massive sectional sofa, which I've owned for, about 15 years, and I just can't part with it. I know it's going to be great in some future larger home, hopefully not too far down the road of life, because that would make all of this a much easier process to have a bit more space. The Lego compartments, they need to go, but of course, a huge job to get rid of them. They're all full of sorted Lego bits and bobs, as well as all these Lego parts. So it's not an easy decision just to get rid of these freshly made plywood tables covered in Lego. Not to mention, they would be great platforms for Hot Wheels racetracks and video reviews of any kind. Wall-to-wall Plano cases in here as well, with the Greenlights and Auto Worlds as aforementioned. So that's not going to work. The television really doesn't take up any space at all. It's just kind of perched on the very corner edge with Boba Fett's Slave 1 kind of just hiding out behind it. Luckily, never been bumped off that shelf. And so, getting right to the point of this video, where is this shelf going to go that hopefully will alleviate some of the space concerns? I think it's going to go smack in the middle of this storage overflow room, which already has a closet absolutely stuffed with toys, mostly die-cast, Star Wars, and Lego. And then we've got this big table here, kind of not really taking up the best use of space, but still doing something. I've got the Hot Wheels 2023 main lines slowly accumulating on this Hot Wheels stand, and then the aforementioned Matchbox Greenlight collection over there. Laundry room beyond with absolutely no room in there. So straight in the middle of this room, the display shelf will go. And now to assemble the 5-shelf system. It is an HDX 18-inch by 36-inch. They do come in 24-inch, so I was mistaken. But it's a shelf system you can buy at your Home Depot. And it assembles very quickly, just friction fit components. Let's get this thing built. Should be easy enough, wouldn't you say? So far, so good. 2 hours later. No, 2 minutes later, this is built. Let's fill it up with Hot Wheels boxes. Well, the shelf is full of premium Hot Wheels. There's a few boxes of Johnny Lightnings. Let's just take a quick look at what went on this shelf. Boulevard, Car Culture, Fast and the Furious. Various series of Hot Wheels premium cars. These are full sets over the years, and many of these have already been opened up and are loose on my Diecast museum walls. However, there are a lot of cars that aren't, and one day will be opened up, and at least now I can find them easily enough on this shelf all organized and jammed into this small storage room. Now, what does the Hot Wheels room look like after this large endeavor of moving boxes and building shelves? Well, first off, I can say all of the boxes along the left side of your view screen here below the display shelves are gone. This was loaded with cardboard boxes. There were boxes all down here as well, just along the perimeter of the Diorama Museum junkyard. And most importantly, we can now access the 9 drawers of the mystery drawer cabinet just below the diorama, which is great news for accessing the diorama itself in an effort to either remove some vehicles and do some repairs. I did mention repairs. We have a large repair to do right here. Very crumbly. Not good. Not good. We got to glue that down and move the cars out of the way to do so. There are a couple other crumbly patches like that as well that need to be repaired with some watered down white household glue. I still have a lot of cars to review with you guys, as you can see all around the floor. A lot of Matchbox, Hot Wheels, some premium release, some semi-premium, vintage, the Auto World. Got to put a few cars from the last video away. And of course that huge overhoard of Greenlights. Never mind all of the Hot Wheels. Probably nothing you guys haven't seen by this point, but just my take on them. My flavor of review. I hope you guys come back for another video review. And as always, happy hunting. We'll see you in the next video.